Well, today, Sioux City's City Council considered adjusting the penalties for drivers caught speeding by speed cameras. That measure passed the council on a 5-0 vote. Here's what that change means for drivers speeding. The first would change the parameters for fines. Right now, the fine for going 11 to 15 miles per hour over the limit is $100. The proposal would change that to 11 to 20 miles per hour over, and if caught driving that fast, a driver would face a $75 fine, so that fine would actually drop. There's another proposed change. Right now, the fine for going 16 to 20 miles per hour over the speed limit is $125. The proposal would change that to 21 to 25 miles per hour over the limit. That fine would change from $125 to a fine of $100. But if you're caught going 26 to 30 miles an hour over the limit, the fine would increase from $150 to $250. Another proposed change would alter who is involved in the review and enforcement process. These changes would go into effect Monday, July 1st.